Hi, I'm Tobin Richardson, CEO of the Zigbee Alliance. With me today virtually is Alex Yang, co-founder and COO of Tuya Smart, and also board director of the Zigbee Alliance. Tuya joined the Alliance back in the winter of 2018, and since then has been making a lot of progress in the AI and IoT space. They joined the board of directors just 3 months ago, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to sit down with my friend colleague, Alex, and find out a little bit more about Tuya, their vision for the future, and why they chose the Alliance as an avenue to further that mission. So first, thanks for joining me, Alex. It's a real pleasure to have you on the board and get to work with you a little bit more. We've known each other for a little bit longer than that, but I've always been impressed by your view on the future of the Internet of Things and how all this technology can really come together to improve the way that we work, live, and play. Maybe to get started, can you give the audience a brief overview of what Tuya does?
Sure, and thank you for having me, Tobin. We're very excited to be the promoting member of the Zigbee Alliance. There is lots of important work to be done for us, and the Zigbee Alliance and Tuya are very much in alignment around the future of the IoT and the connected space and how the future is going to work and look. And we know it will be about the power of connectivity and innovations combined with the responsibilities and the disciplines around IoT ecosystem, security, and safety. So I'm really excited to discuss our plan with alliances. So, and for a quick intro about Tuya, so what we do is enable companies to go smart with powerful connectivity and reliable security. We offer a unique all-in-one ecosystem solutions with a full range of smart devices, plus everything the company could need it for IoT, including the apps, the connectivity, the cloud, data management, SaaS platform, and even including a supply chain and a global partnership networks with the manufacturers and brands. So we offer everything we can connect it together with the technology, with the business network to helping any type of company who want to engage into IoT business.
That's great. I know when we've met before in Shenzhen and in Las Vegas and several other places, we've talked about kind of building this infrastructure, putting all of this in place to really help the smart home and smart buildings really expand and the market grow. What do you see based on that as really kind of the next big step and the next big trend in the smart home?
Yeah, I see that the next big smart home trend, not necessarily as some specific devices or even a set of devices, but it's a new series of capability to enable by stronger connectivity protocols like the Zigbee, or even have the new standards that been developed through the project Connect Home over IP. So those are, the speed vastly improve the data management and also being true the AI implementations into a smart home ecosystem. So some scenario that people will be needed. So people don't have to think about that, what type of devices they purchase, what type of technologies they have to select. Naturally, they can select, okay, will be the environment I needed, and it's more seamlessly. So all of those devices will be communicating much better with each other, work with each other, and all of those devices will be able to, do some automations towards with some enabled AI technologies. So that will be the trend that we see. And so a home that will be easier and safer, and of course, smarter for the consumers. That's the thing. So that's why we think that the Zigbee alliances, of course, will be playing a major role in these ones to enable all those kind of interoperabilities.
Couldn't agree more. That focus on delivering real value in the smart home, it's really important. A really meaningful experience. And like you said, it's not just about bringing in one device and everything changes. It's about that interaction of the devices, the ability to bring new business models to support that. And that's really important. And like you said, that's a critical role that the Zigbee Alliance is looking to play with you and other companies on the board and in the industry. So how about Tuya? What's your roadmap look like in the next year to support that and the next 5 years, really?
Yeah, so right now we are focused on, building partnerships, really digging into those relationships side of the IoT, but connecting more and more, various the global companies that we know, and we can add values, and which that can be add value to us as well. So we try to benefit the partnership, and our core of founding principle of Tuya Smart is the brief, and is the brief in the values of the open ecosystem. So we continue to open as much as we could, and to benefit the partnership, combine everyone into one ecosystem. That's the core of the Tuya Smart. So Zigbee Alliances understands this is well as we do. So we keep open the technology, the importance of the being able to have an interoperability across devices, and we understand the values that how all different type of brands and industries and companies, if they can connect it to each other. So that's what we continuously been doing. The ability is to create massive interactions of the devices for much more intelligence needs. We know if we keep focusing on the building relationship in that context, not only will we succeed, but also will of our partners, and also will all of our customers and the end users, in the sense that we're getting exactly what they need from their smart devices. So this is what we continuously do, looking for opportunities within the partnership, looking for the innovations within the partnership, for any can add on within the ecosystem.
Awesome. Partnerships are really important in that ecosystem, so it makes a lot of sense, and that's something that the Alliance is very familiar with as we partner. One of those newer partnerships is bringing this new project CHIP that you mentioned, Project Connected Home over IP. Can you talk a little bit about Tuya's interest and involvement in CHIP, and why you think that project especially is important?
Yeah, we think this project is really very exciting for us. So there are not many people involved in IoT right now who are also very concerned about the security of the smart devices and security of IoT ecosystem. So in general, that design seamless functionalities between devices within the smart homes. That is something everyone is looking forward to. And the CHIP's mission is to enable the communications across smart home devices and mobile apps and the cloud services, and it's focused on the security as a fundamental design tenet. So I think that's the same mission that we are trying to bring into, and we think that will be also the trend of the entire industry. So people look, the end users looking for someone who can provide them a more comprehensive, secure experience, and I think that's also the aligned mission of the chip as well. So the easier it is for the manufacturers to building devices compatible with all other smart home or voice service, and the faster that Tuya can engage here, and also the alliances together. So the vision of seamless, connected, secure, and open global IoT platform and ecosystem will come into fruition. So I think that's the things we see. That's the values we see in the chip project. So that's why we're really excited to be part of that and try to share and open all those kind of technology know-how and all those kind of networks and resources we built for the past 6 years towards this organization.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex. Good. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, and there's a lot of importance on global and open, and that's really kind of the basis for our organization as well. And it's good to have these partnerships that we have with you too. Let me turn a little bit toward from CHIP to Zigbee. Zigbee is another historic and long-lasting standard in the market. What do you feel that Zigbee has to offer the IoT world, and why did Tuya choose to build devices with and on the Zigbee protocol?
Yeah, so there are multiple protocols out there in the fields and within IoT, but Zigbee is a reliable and mature, low-powered mesh network that allow us to work with a lot of different, silicon chip providers because of its openness, and so we can easily build in a more interoperable product ecosystems under Zigbee. And this is really trying to strengthen our positions. And as part of like that, we try to providing a standard systems into the IoT world. And the better if we can work with one protocol that's supporting most of the backend infrastructures that allows everything to work together seamlessly and easily. I think that will be the better answer. So without the Zigbee, we will be far more limited in our capabilities or fulfill the core missions that how we can create open global IoT ecosystems with interoperability, because it will be hard to have the devices work across different protocols without the mesh network, without some mature standard control protocols in that kind of technology. So Zigbee will be a very good answer for us. And furthermore, we're a believer in the Zigbee certified program. To that end, we are very excited to offer our customers, the Zigbee certified products through the certification transfer program. So which means we will have a better way to ensure that whatever the device is, or whoever is providing the devices, as long as we have a program to ensure that all those devices and all those kind of manufacturers and brands, that they can always talk with each other through those technologies. So, and Tuya and the alliances will be co-hosting a webinar on our implementations of this program. So I hope that the alliances members who are looking for to participate in these programs will attend and learn more about how easily that Tuya can help any companies to get on the Zigbee certified devices into the market quickly as possible.
That makes a lot of sense. It's funny you talk about the maturity and I'm looking forward to that webinar as well to help other companies take advantage of that. Standards don't happen overnight, and it really and if you look at Zigbee, we're on revision 23 of one of the standards there, and it's really through the implementation in the market and testing these out in real world experiences where we learn what works and what's different from what's just on a whiteboard. So the use of a standard like Zigbee is really important in providing surety and certainty to end device manufacturers as well as to consumers. We talked a little bit about this earlier too, and we would be remiss not to talk more about it, but let's talk about kind of the elephant in the room, which is security and IoT security. We talked about all these devices becoming more connected, more intertwined with our daily lives. How do we keep smart devices, smart homes? We talked about IoT ecosystems. We talked about cloud. How do you keep all that secure? And that's really important to consumers, but what do you think about that?
It's very interesting questions, and everybody keep asking, and nobody can maybe offer a perfect answer right now. But I would say that it's really important for the securities. So that's also Tuya is a believer of a secure system. So meaning that we implement a lot of technologies on securing these systems, and I believe that we have more and more end users and more devices being activated in the field, that people will feel more concerned about that. Maybe they just started, so only us, the professionals, that's the question about this, and who's collecting my data and how they've been using my data. So we from the beginning, we have a special security team who are the best in the field, that we keep implementing any related technologies to secure the data, to secure the protocols from our end, but which is not enough. So we keep looking for partners outside can works either as advisor or as observers that keep checking whether Tuya do something right. So like with partnership with the TrustArc and with NCC, those type of professional cybersecurity companies, to have them to keep checking on us to ensure that everything we done within our lab, within our engineering teams, that works good. and we keep inviting people to keep, try to attack us or test on us, penetration test on us, to see that regularly that we keep that up to date. For sure that there will be attacks, all the time, when the market is mature. So we want to be ready from every single attacks. And so that's for that. So that's why we always keep looking for organizations which are moving forward to organize a better standard. Right now, we don't have a mature standard about security side in IoT. So we're always moving forward to looking for organizations who can, move in some standard forward. So that's why we're super excited to have we just joined IOXT2. So literally we just announced it. As you know that's the firm we found, the global firm we found that's this IoT related cybersecurity, practice. So we're looking for those practice as an organization and being part of that. So we want to be ahead of the game, then be charged.
Sounds good. Yeah, security is it will be with us forever as a challenge and as an important priority, probably the top priority in bringing these systems to the market. And glad you mentioned IOXT. I am fortunate enough to sit on the board of IOXT, and the Zigbee Alliance has a great relationship with IOXT Alliance, and we're finding a lot of good common ground for exactly that, right? To ensure that the path that we're building is the right and secure one. And I really like the point that you brought up about testing your systems today before they get to scale. And it's not waiting for the perfect design or for the perfect answer at the end. You have to be doing that today. You have to continue to do that, continue to be looking at this as a top and high priority. So that's great. I guess, to end our conversation today, let's boil it down. And so put on your thinking cap for a second. And if you can give up one word to describe the future of IoT, and let's go through some of the ones you can't use. You can't use the ones we've talked about. So you can't use open, you can't use flexible, you can't use scalable, and you can't use secure. So if you can't use those, what do you can choose one word, but you have to be, a little thoughtful about this here. What would you use to describe the future of IoT?
Okay, you give me a hard question. Let me think about that. Okay, let's if for along those kind of limitations, remove the open, flexible, secure. All right, I think the word should be creative. So I think that's also the beauty and the value of the technology. We keep creating new things. We keep creating new experience. We keep, create new innovations and bring easier life and more comfort life and more secure life to the users. So creative should be the one. So that's why inside Tuya, that's we always encourage our product managers, designers, and engineers to keep bringing new ideas and innovations. And that's why I keep inviting the global developers with open infrastructures to invite them to bring all their crazy ideas into something that the people can use in the daily lives. So that's, creative is the word I can describe that. And also, in the past 3 months of, membership experience along with the Zigbee alliances. So I'm enjoying that we're talking about any type of new directions of the new technologies, anything that we can do better, not only from one company, but from one group of company, from all those kind of major players in the industry, that how we can create something together to bring a better technology and benefit each other, right? We share and we benefit from that. So that is where I would describe that.
That's a good word. Good answer. Well, I think that's probably a good word to end on. And I want to thank you for taking the time today to talk a little bit about Tuya, a little bit about Zigbee Alliance and the future of the Internet of Things. And I think there's a lot of good material to take away there. And creativity, I could not agree more. It's a really important principle. And if you look at some of the best minds in the past, creativity was the most important thing for them to grow and to build, and we're going to need a lot of that. So again, thank you so much, Alex. Really appreciate the time, and we'll look forward to future conversations and building this this industry together.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having us in the board, Toby. So very excited. So like I mentioned that, like I said that always. So we're ready to contribute whatever we can into the organizations, and we try to bring this industry moving forward, and to come with a better technology, better business, better GTM, and to come with better innovations into the market. Thank you for that.
Awesome. You bet. Thank you. Thanks a lot,
Thank
Alex.
you. Yeah, bye.